I would like us to see Parthenon. Parthenon is the biggest and the oldest of the three temples built on the Acropolis. Parthenon means the house of the Virgin. Parthenos in Greek is the Virgin. So when the Persians left and Athenians came back, they collected all the broken marbles and the broken statues and the ruins, and they buried them with piety, respecting them once offered to the goddess. And then they brought here more than 20,000 tons of marble in blocks between 4 and 14 tons each, mostly. And in 9 years, they built this building from scratch, using as main tools chisel and hammer. This building was built to be the house of the Lady Wisdom, and Athenians like to make it not just geometrically perfect, but also aesthetically in the eye. But the aesthetics cannot identify with the mathematical reality due the human eye illusion. For first time in the history of mathematics, the human eye illusion here that time became a mathematical parameter, and Athenians studied mathematically the deviations of the human eye illusion, trying to make optical corrections. The human eye illusion is expressed mainly in two fields. The first is the straight line, the perfectly made geometrically straight line from a distance and a certain height of the observer always can be seen as a curve by the human eye. Now, what I mean, if this is the straight line and the observer is in a distance and is higher than him, his eyes can see the line curving like this. So they studied the vertical and the curve of the eye, and they found the angle that is formed. And so they made the lines of this building all curved to the opposite way. So when the eye makes its own correction, to see them perfectly straight. So we see the lines of this building and we think they are perfectly straight because they are not made geometrically straight. They are curves. Now, as we go closer, and when the human eye loses the panoramic view of the building and is focused in the detail, we start seeing the curves. And later we are going to check the curves of this building. So all the lines of this building are curves, but so curves our eye to see them perfectly straight. The second field on which the human eye illusion is expressed is the relation between the light and the shade. An object in the light seems to be thinner and smaller. The same object in the shade seems to be thicker and bigger. Now we see the columns and we have the impression that the columns are identical. If they were made identical, because each one of them has a unique relation, creates a unique relation with the shade and the light, we should see them different. So they studied for a year the place of each one of the columns using a wooden model. They made averages and they made all the columns unique according to the place each one of them is erected and the relation each one of them creates with the light and the shade. For example, the corner columns who receive the most of the light are purposely made thicker, but not the same thicker, all the four of them. According to the light each one of them receives, because the light makes them to look thinner. And gradually, as we enter to the area of the shade, they get thinner because the shade makes them to look thicker. And also the distances between the columns change. Now, this building as a unit and every single block individually, they obey strictly to the demands of the golden ratio. So if you Google Fibonacci sequence, you will see a lot of flowers, a lot of plants, mathematics in nature, and among them you will see this building, which is made to obey to this mathematics. The building is not vertical on the rock. If the building was built vertical on the rock, should create the impression we have today when we approach to our skyscrapers that is ready to fall upon us. For avoiding these negative feelings of fear, the ancient architects gave to the building a slight inclination inward in the four sides, which is so slight that only on 5,000 meters, 5 kilometers, the opposite columns should meet each other and the building should take the form of a prism. We could stay here to speak about the mathematical specifications of this building hours. I would like to finish telling to you that for all these mathematical specifications, this building is made of 16,500 unique blocks that they cannot fit in another place of the building. Inside was the cult statue of the goddess, 12 meters high, like one of the columns, made of gold and ivory. Remember the archaic statues we saw in the Museum of Delphi. It's estimated that they used 1,150 kilos gold for the golden parts. The statue was made in such a way that easily could be dismantled and checked in the case there were doubts that politicians or priests had stolen from the statue. The statue was inside there for approximately 1,000 years, disappeared at the time of Theodosius, late 4th century AD. When Apostle Paul visited the city, the statue was there, and it was very brave of him to say to the Athenians that divinity doesn't look like with artifacts. If you like, we can continue walking, to see and check the curves and to speak a little bit for the other temple as well. Remember what we said in Delphi?
We said a lot.
We spoke about women holding the roof.
Yeah,
the Siphnian treasury. Humanization of divinity, anthropomorphism in the visual arts. A column, the symbol of divinity.
That's
with
right.
human shape.
That's right. I took a lot of those pictures. They had,
The Caryats.
Like, exactly.
The Caryats of Athens. Now, the building has 3 units of sculpture decoration: the pedimental, the external frieze, and the inner frieze. The external frieze is divided in panels by triglyphs. Look, the triglyphs there. Thank you so much. Thank you.